Hello, little boy. Little boy. I'm just gonna do a very quick video today. I'm on my back porch, and I just thought of a great video, and it's gonna be really, really quick. You know, I used to receive a lot of Peta magazines and material, and I used to be you know, an advocate and of theirs and passing out material. And they showed how just how one animal eats another animal, because like even our dog food is from slaughtered from cows and lambs, or like even venison and chickens and all sorts of animals. Well, I gotta get my puppies playing over here. So, PETA advised of a complete vegan diet for everyone. Because even if our pets, were eating dog food, that means a cow or chicken or somebody was killed, unless it's a vegan food. Now, I want to compare that to reproduction. If parents knew the sequential events of their baby, their child, their toddler, their teenager, their young adult, their middle-aged person, senior citizen, and if they could flash forward to the events that would happen to that child, they certainly would not bear young. And PETA used to, they had a quote that said, if slaughterhouses had windows and everybody could see, where their meal was coming from, people would be vegan. Well, that's not absolutely true. Actually, only the empaths and people who have consideration and compassion, only they would stop eating meat and dairy. But if every parent, hey there girl, look at you girl, if every parent could see the damage that they could potentially do when their child grows up and is growing up, no normal parent would have a child. If they could see a movie of their little toddler falling 15 times a day, or getting burnt on, like a stovetop, or if they could feel all the hunger pains of their children, and if they could feel the frustration of their kindergartners, if they could see the cancer that develops in their preteen, if they could feel the heartache of their 16-year-old girl when she gets stood up at the prom, if they could feel the first operation or see the destruction in their child, whether it be mental illness or a physical trauma, if they could feel and see every time their child fell off their bicycle or felt the broken arm or felt the bullying at school or felt the trauma of their son when he gets into legal trouble and has detention. There's many, many more ifs, what ifs. But in the most perfect of lives, every child is going to bleed, sweat, and cry. That's kind of a little term I've used for, you know, just being an antinatalist. How many, if you're a parent and you're watching this, how many of you parents would have children if you could fast forward to all the pain and suffering your child is going to experience, even to age 10 or 15, but especially 25. Your little child, your baby, is going to have an insurmountable amount of pains in its life. And before you decide to reproduce, you should be able to fast forward and see all of the harm you did by procreation. All you have to do is, you know, pick up People magazine, read the Sunday newspaper, turn on the TV. You know, some child is drowned or, you know, falls on his head, fractures, or, you know, gets a skull, or gets a concussion, or even brain damage. Just an ordinary day, just a lovely, sunny, bright day like today. Your child could be, you know, brutally harmed. They might even be paralyzed. Everything that you read in the newspaper and in magazines that happens to people at all ages can happen to your child. Your child could have a bleeding disorder, heart problems. Or what if your child was 25 or even 35 years old? Just consider all of the heartaches that you could have prevented by not giving birth and by not impregnating a woman. Look at all of the 25-year-olds who've gotten an education and possibly can't even find work because of COVID. What if a wedding was canceled because of COVID? And what if a lifetime partnership or connection, soulmates of sorts, what if those soulmates were not able to be married in a ceremony because of COVID? And consider a 30-year-old. What if your 30-year-old ended up in jail? Maybe he was, you know, just trying to deliver some a large amount of cocaine or something in the trunk of his car. And what if he got pulled over? It can happen to you. But the point of my video is before you put another being into existence, fast forward to all of the harms possible for your little infant. And feel the pain that they would go through. Even as an infant, they suffer from cold, from heat, from hunger, lack of physical attention, stimulation. Babies suffer a lot. They cry a lot. They're not crying because they're happy, folks. And the 26-year-old who just got his master's degree goes skiing, breaks both of his legs, and loses out on a great an employment that he was promised. Something that he really, really looked forward to. What if your teenage girl decided to, befriend, just get a boyfriend at school? And what if he turned her on to heroin? And what if she's now got a heroin addiction? What if your children were silently sipping the booze in your liquor cabinet? What if your child had autism? And they basically, they may not speak until they're like 6 years old and may be limited at that. Because those are some of the potentials for the little baby that you bring into the world. When you reproduce, you just bring insurmountable harm. And that harm is blamed on you. There is no one else to blame but biological parents. So hopefully you have not had a child yet, but if you have, and if you're thinking of having another child, you are just duplicating harm. Maybe even, tripling that harm. There will be sibling rivalry. I guarantee you on that. Double harm. I've heard people call twins double trouble. Well, it's double harm, folks. It's twice the amount of suffering. So just like Peta had billboards and bumper stickers. And they would say, if every slaughterhouse, had glass windows, and if everybody could see the slaughter taking place, we would have much fewer people partaking of meat and dairy. So, in respect, if you could fast forward to all of the harms that your infant, your teenager, and your adult child is going to face, that makes you very guilty. That makes you guilty of all of their suffering. So thank you for watching my video. Wow. Valentine. Pretty girl. Pretty girl. Yeah. Pretty girl. A silly girl. You silly girl. That's seashell. Now they're getting big. There's Sunshine. Sunshine is real active. Sunshine, seashell. Yeah. Please do not reproduce. Always adopt if you want to be a parent.